Hi, my name is Robert Shelley with Shelley Law, and I'm an attorney that assists chiropractors with employment contract and independent contractor agreement issues. Today I'm going to talk about what is the average cost annually for malpractice insurance for chiropractors. So, first, how does malpractice insurance work? Essentially, you pay an annual amount, and then you will have coverage limits, meaning how much the insurance company will pay per incident, and then usually an annual aggregate as well. And then you'll have two types of coverages that you can utilize. One is called occurrence-based, which just means a policy has to be in effect when the claim occurs, and in that instance, you do not need tail insurance. Or you can have claims-made coverage, and in that instance, you do need what's called tail insurance, which kind of covers the gap in between, when you leave a practice and then the last day somebody can sue you. So occurrence-based insurance is generally about 20 to 30% more expensive than a claims-made policy per year. But once again, you don't have to purchase tail when the underlying policy ends. So what goes into determining the cost of malpractice insurance? Well, one, location, kind of depending upon how strict the state has put into place caps on damages, for malpractice claims. That is an important part of it. Two, the length of time that the chiropractor has been in practice. Three, the claims history. If you have a series of malpractice settlements in your past, your malpractice insurance is going to be much more expensive, up to the point where no one will be willing to insure you anymore if there are, a string of malpractice settlements. Length of time in practice, geography, claims history are probably the three main things that go into determining how much it is. Now, next, so the average amount is somewhere between $2,000 to $5,000 based upon those factors that I mentioned earlier. And that's an annual amount. So you pay that much per year and you are covered for the period based upon the type of policy that you have. Once again, it could be much more if you have some, big red flags, and it'll likely probably be on the lower end if you're just out of training and this is your first job in the real world as a chiropractor. I mean, as far as specialties go, it's in line with most other dentists, physicians, that type of thing. Not a huge risk, but still something that every provider should have. I mean, obviously the enormous risk of not having it is going bankrupt from a claim where there is no insurance to go after. Nobody wants that. So that's kind of the average cost for malpractice insurance for a chiropractor annually, somewhere between $2,000 to $5,000 based upon the three factors that I mentioned. As far as, let's say you're a chiropractic associate, if you are negotiating a contract, obviously it would be preferable if you don't have to pay for tail insurance when the contract ends. Tail costs generally about twice what the annual premium is. So let's say a chiropractic associate's annual premium is $3,000 and they had to pay tail insurance when they left. They would have to pay around a $6,000 tail. That's a one-time cost, so you don't have to pay that annually, but you pay it once and then you're covered for the period of time that you ask for. It can be vary based upon how much you want to pay, but that is certainly one thing when I'm reviewing a contract for a chiropractic associate that we talk about is, all right, well, you're going to have to pay potentially $6,000 when this contract ends. How long do you think you're going to be there? That can go into wanting the chiropractic associate to ask for the employer to pay for the tail costs, or if it's up to them, what type of policy you're going to get. So just another factor that goes into contract negotiation. So anyway, if you have any questions about employment agreement, independent contractor agreement, feel free to contact my law firm at the contact info listed below in the description. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'm happy to answer any that you have, and appreciate you watching the video. Thanks.